ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸೂಪರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಶಾರದಾ ಅವರು. ಹೇಳಿ ಶಾರದಾ ಅವರೇ, ಹೇಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ?
Welcome to Cinema Express. Nani A Sharadhaa. Today we are in conversation with celebrity couple Aindrita and Diganth for their upcoming film Thimayya Thimayya.
Thank you, Sharadhaa.
ಹಲೋ.
Okay. So before we begin with Thimayya Thimayya, would you like to say something about this?
So I'm injury prone. It won't happen again. Happened while playing badminton.
So used to say the same dialogue again and again. But yeah, 2 big major injuries back to back, 3 months in a row.
So yeah,
In
I
the
hope
same
this
year.
is the last.
Yeah,
No more.
hope so.
Hope for a speedy recovery. Okay.
Thank you.
So coming to Thimayya Thimayya.
Yeah.
The trailer, seems to encompass all kinds of emotion. Is this all, or there's more in the movie you would like to say, Diganth, to begin with?
I
Well,
think it's a good question for Anne.
yes, it does. I think there's a lot of comedy, there's a lot of emotion, there's a beautiful, there's a good message about relationships in this film, and most importantly, there's Diganth and Anantnag's combination. They've always been a hit
Anantnag's,
combination.
charm, his magic, and
Yeah.
his brilliant performance. Plus, yeah, I think we kind of complement each other. I've done, this is my 5th movie with Anantnag sir, and by
They've
God's
always
grace,
clicked.
it's always clicked. Audience
Their
have enjoyed it.
combination.
Yeah.
They've always had, like in Kannada, they say that Jugalbandi, which has always worked,
Yeah.
So the audience always looks forward to seeing both of them on screen together.
I have a lot to talk about Anantnag, but before that,
Yeah.
I would like to talk about the characters. Looks like all the characters have a beautiful arc and journey in the film. Would you like to talk about it?
Yeah.
Respective roles.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, so you probably would have seen the trailer. There is one bike shot in the trailer. Even bike has a backstory. Everything is placed with reference to a backstory, and even
Yeah.
her costume. It's designed in a way it talks about her character. Even Anantnag sir's mind character, the way they dress up, everything talks about certain qualities.
Yeah, like for instance, there's a cafe which plays a major role in the film. So many things happen around that cafe. So there are something so sentimental and emotional about a story which happens within that cafe. So everything they've actually taken care of. Like Vinita, Sanjay Sharma, director's wife, she's taken care of the art aspect. The art, she's also an art director, also an intimacy director. She's also
Costume
done
designer.
like costumes. So yeah, they have together put in their soul into this film, into each of the characters. There is Shubhra Ayappa. She's playing his fiance's role. So she has a part to play in the movie. Then there's also Vineet from Jordan. He adds so many comic touch to the film. So many comedy scenes. They worked out so well. Prakash Tamil Nadu. So yeah, the cast is amazing.
You didn't tell me about your
On
role.
myself, so I play. So basically, in the film, I come in as this neighbor. So they show that we kind of have an understanding. We've known each other for a while. We know each other very well for a while. We're neighbors, and we have that understanding. I go to lead my life. I have a different life. I face some hardship, and I come back in a different relationship. Come back, and here I am. And he is about to set off with his fiance and sell all the properties that he has and goes abroad. He just wants, that's his plan, but obviously that plan doesn't doesn't take place. There is something else
So
planned out
basically,
for
yeah.
him.
So here, my character, I play Vinci Thimayya in the film, and so for some strange reason, he has to sell his property and then go abroad and settle with his fiancée. But that's when he meets his grandfather for the first time, and the journey of these two and what happens in the film is
It
Thimayya
starts
Thimayya.
from there.
Yeah.
Meeting the grandfather is accidental, or
It's a scam by my
Basically, he needs a
chikappa.
signature. Like he needs to sell, get his grandfather's signature to sell the property and all of that. But basically, his chikappa plays a trick on him and says, you know, you haven't gotten to know your grandfather, can you just take care of him for a while? And that's how Anand Nagsa comes and starts living with him. And then
That's when the movie begins.
The movie begins.
Thimayya and Thimayya, the film, how do you perceive this film in your career? Where would you like to place it in your movie making journey, Diganth?
I think it's going to be, I mean, whoever's seen the trailer, they've praised my acting, they've praised the entire, the feel and look of the film. And I think it's very close to my heart because it's my fifth film with Anand sir. And I know, you know, like when I, 10 years from now, when I look back and when I see this film, I'm very happy that I've done this movie, you know. At least I have that personal satisfaction that I've given a movie like this.
It all started with Mungaru Male, I think.
Yeah, I started with Mungaru Male, though I had a very small role in the film, but then Galipata 1, I had a major role, Pancharangi, I had a major role, Manasare, yeah. And Galipata 2 and now Thimayya and Thimayya.
How was the experience working with ad filmmaker Sanjay Sharma?
Oh, he's calm as cucumber, you know, he's super cool and he knows his things, you know. Though his Kannada wasn't as good as our Kannada, but he somehow pulled it off. And
he's worked on a lot of documentaries before that, so he's done proper research, even with the name Thimayya and Thimayya, like, you know, the grandfather and son, and a lot of other factors, because it takes that good, you know, flavor. So he's done his research. He used to do a lot of research on cafes. So that's how this story sort of brewed in his mind. And yeah, he's amazing. He's so professional. His working style, like everybody's silent on the set, and he's very calm. So if in case you're not able to portray a particular scene the way he wanted it, he'll be like, it's okay, just do it once more, you know. So he was very, very patient with all the actors.
Yeah. You both have worked with different directors. Is this the first time with an ad filmmaker? Because you also work with, like you also do ads, so you know how it works.
Yeah, I think this is the
first time, yeah.
So, coming from an ad filmmaker, does he understand the creativity of films, how it works on silver screen? Did you understand through his making?
Absolutely. I think everything from day one was a notch above, you know, than most people. He had, like, I remember when he sort of approached me, he gave me a full bound script. One side was written in Kannada, one side was written in English. So
short division, scene division, everything was like professional, and we didn't have any confusion. So tomorrow, if you're shooting on the set with so and so actors, their phone numbers were there, and then, you know, like the costume designer to everything was neatly given to us.
Everything was done very corporate, in a very corporate style. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm playing this character called Jyotsna, and she basically comes, so there is senior Thimayya and junior Thimayya. They both can't stand each other, and senior Thimayya troubles the junior one like anything, tortures him rather, and so they can't, basically they just don't get along. That's where I come in. I become very close to senior Thimayya, and I play as a bridge between the two, get both of them together, and then the story unfolds. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Talking about the co-stars like Shubhra Ayyappa and other characters in the film, who was the most fun to work with, Diganth, and who was the stressful for, like?
I think fun is also Anne, and stress is also Anne. And of course, Vineet is. I mean, we have a lot of scenes together, and I've mentioned this before. I've been a huge fan of Jord Indians. You know, I've seen so many times their videos. It's played like back to back in some of my parties, and then we've all had a good laugh. And to work with Vineet was it's a
pleasure, because he just keeps a straight face, and something that would have comes out of his mouth.
Still funny.
You just find it funny.
Yeah.
But it's always like, you know, working 24/7. You're with your life partner.
I know.
And you know, she was a co-star. She became your life partner. Again, co-star.
Co-star.
There's a very few people, you know, on-screen, off-screen couple come on screen.
Yeah.
So how is it like,
Actually,
Diganth, to go
I was never part of
this this movie. Sanjay Sharma came to narrate the story to me, and while he was narrating the script and was working out in the gym close by. So, like, I think he had narrated about 80% of the film, and then Anne joined. And then I introduced Sanjay to Aindrita. I said, Aindrita, my wife, she's also an actor. She's acted in a lot of Kannada movies. He had no clue.
Because they've come from Bombay.
Bombay.
They were aware of him, so they'd come to approach him. Then I joined, and then
Sanjay's wife Vinita, she was also there, and she kept looking at Aindrita and then making eye contacts with Sanjay. Kept looking, and then after 1 hour they went back home. I liked the script. I said okay to it, and then 1 hour after that they called me and they said.
Andrita fits the
Jyotsna character.
so
Can we
perfectly.
approach her?
I mean, they had a lot of actress options, but they hadn't found that part. When they saw me, they were like, "No, this is Jyotsna. We want her at any cost." They sent me the script, and Diganth was.
And has a habit of twirling her hair, and she was sitting there.
Yeah, Diganth was super disappointed that oh God, again I have to act with.
No, but I was happy because it's a nice, beautiful story.
And a beautiful character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how Anne happened in this film. But otherwise, yeah, she wasn't.
I wasn't part of it.
But in general, working with your life partner, whom you always see at home, and you also have to see her on the set. But both of you always had that on-screen chemistry is always
Definitely.
there. We have seen
And we had decided this earlier. Like, if there is a good project, if the story is good, whether it becomes a hit or not, we don't care. But if it's a good story, and if you can relish it for for the rest of our life, then we'll do it.
Yeah.
You have shared screen space with Anantnag before, but is there any scene in Thimayya and Thimayya where you still struggle while facing him, because he's a legendary actor and you have more scenes with him from your previous films, I think, because you both.
Yeah. This movie has I think like 80% of the movie. It's either him or me or both together on the on the same screen. So yeah, it was because we have a lot of heavy scenes, we have a lot of light scenes, and during the heavy scenes, and Anantnag, he's like, even if you give him 3-page dialogues, he's ready, and he makes his own certain changes, notes, and then he was fully prepared, and then to be able to deliver as the level of his performance, I think I was shit scared. But yeah,
But
somehow.
these guys have worked together, so they have a very good. I've noticed they have such a good. They're so flexible and so.
Yeah.
They have a great understanding. It's magic, both of them together.
You also get to share screen space.
I have a lot of scenes. In fact, I was a nervous one. Big Diganth worked with him in the past, so he wasn't too worried. I was nervous because I was like, okay, with my little bit of my the mistakes I make with my Kannada dialogues, I didn't want to make those mistakes in front of Anand sir. And he's also very particular. He changes the lines and he innovates. So and then we stage it before we actually shoot it. But after the first scene, I was in comfortable.
Would you say that Thimayya Jr. is similar to Diganth's real life?
Definitely.
100%.
So yeah. So Vinci Thimayya in the movie, he's done a lot of things. He's laid his hands in a lot of businesses, but he's not succeeded. And he is a biker.
He's carefree.
He's carefree, yeah, stress-free.
And he always knows that somebody is like Aindrita is there.
Yeah, to take care.
So if Shubhra plays that character, who's the more
responsible
sort of
one,
responsible, practical, planned
ambitious.
person. So she makes the move. Okay, I'm going to Lisbon. Join me. So he just wants to sell everything, whatever properties he has, and like be his carefree self, and go join her. That's pretty similar to how he is in life.
Okay, for you, like?
It was complete opposite. So I usually always play that girl next door, bubbly character, college going, like very chirpy. But in this film, it's very mature. I'm playing a very, very mature character. She's faced her hardship, and with her experience and with her thing, how I bond these two together, but very, very mature. Even my look is pretty different in this film.
Okay. Also, Anantnag had mentioned that he have negative traits in his character.
Yeah.
So is that something on
Swarthy,
lines
greedy.
with your character too?
Sort of. So every character has that grey shade, and also the good qualities also there, but the grey shade. Anantnag sir, he becomes like a small child, and then he becomes like a monster.
Sometimes a villain too.
That's what I was like. I had asked him, like, when you grow old, you get back to that childhood, and
Correct.
that's how you start behaving with your grandson.
Correct. They become stubborn. They become
They want things, they demand things, they want it their way,
Finicky.
they want it their way.
Yeah.
But of course, in the movie, it's shown not necessarily most grandfathers are like that in real life. But yeah, cinema liberty.
But what is the takeaway from Thimayya and Thimayya as a film?
I mean, it's one of those slice of life kind of a film, and it's
It has a great feel good factor. It's a feel good factor film. A fresh subject. Such a beautiful relationship between a grandfather and a grandson. I think it brings back. I mean, a lot of people distance away in the families, but it actually has that message which will bring that relationship importance and family bonding.
Yeah. And Anup Seelin has given amazing music, and then Jayant Kaikani has written 3 song lyrics. So it's a complete family entertainer with sort of
and has nice comedy. So I think
Yeah.
I think in this year there's a lot of serious cinema which has come, a lot of action films, but a feel good factor subject was missing, and I feel it's coming out at a great time, like end of the year.
But it has been Diganth's forte. You know, one of the few actors who get such subjects.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Even Kathivandu Shuragide was like that, a slice of life kind of a film.
You
But-
like such kind of films, or that?
I don't know. That's
because
somehow I keep getting such movies, and I'm happy to be doing that.
But in general, what genre you specifically like?
I love thriller. I love thriller. Fast-paced thriller is what I like, or something realistic. Something has happened. Such incident has happened, and I want to relive that character, those characters. So that's the kind of movie I want to do personally. But yeah, I think I get more of these kind.
But for both of you who have, one of those few actors who shuffled from Bollywood to Kannada, in that way, did you happen to lose some movies here because you were trying to mark
that
yourself?
happens. It's like when it happens with even like sometimes you're free for months together and there are no projects coming your way, and sometimes when you have, whether it's a Hindi or a Bengali, it's happened with me, and then I have a Kannada project. So like that, dates issues have always happened. But no, I think Diganth has a great Kannada market. So did I. So it's it's about balancing also.
So going forward, your other films?
I have Bachelor Party in hand, and I have Edagaye Apagathake Karana. ಆಮೇಲೆ I've done one interesting film which is ready to release. It's called Yada Yada Hi. Vasishta Simha, Haripriya and me, mainly 3 characters. And yeah, these projects are in
What
the
happened
pipeline.
to Marigold?
Marigold is still there. We're looking at OTT release. We're not looking at theatrical. So it'll happen very soon.
Okay. Andy?
In my case, I shot for 3 films back to back. They're releasing, so I just have releases, but no, I haven't signed anything. Hopefully after Thimayya and Thimayya.
So what is that you want to say, audience?
Like I said, it's a feel-good factor kind of a film, and slice of life. And there is Anantnag and his charm and his evergreen performance, and I'm there, Aindrita, Shubhra, Vineet,
So there's a lot
Prakash Tumbinadu.
Yeah, it's a fun film.
Yeah.
Definitely you can come, enjoy, and then releasing in the best time of the year.
And please
It's
watch it at your nearest theater. Don't
Yeah.
wait for it to release in OTT. And
It
then,
is
yeah.
a theatrical film.
Yeah.
You will definitely miss it if you don't watch it in theaters. I can promise you that you'll walk out of the theaters with a very good feeling, especially in this holiday season.
Yes.
All the best, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.